Hey guys, this is Austin. It has been a while since AMD launched some new high-end graphics cards, but RX Vega is here. Almost. Here I have both of the new cards, the RX Vega 64 as well as 56, which comes in slightly less cool packaging. So big shout out to AMD for sending these out a little bit early. So the 64 will be launching on August 14th, whereas the 56 will be coming out on August 28th. Unfortunately, I can't tell you how Vega performs today, but what I can do is show you what comes in this super cool press box. At least I hope it's super cool. Whoa, okay, that's kind of cool. What? What is this? Radeon RX Vega. Yo, that is pretty cool. It's like the full 3D logo in this glass. Is this the actual Vega die? Yo, you can even see the HBM2 memory. So that is actually one of the advantages, at least in theory, over the RX 10 series, is that it has a lot of very fast memory that is directly on chip. This might be one of the coolest things I've ever gotten in a press box. I love to take a look at chips like this, and especially you very rarely actually get to see what a GPU looks like without being, you know, inside a whole card. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, comes in a surprisingly nice looking metal chassis. Wow, that's real metal there. You know what, I've actually seen pictures of this and it looked kind of decent, but in person, this is actually a really nice looking reference design. I mean, I still think that the 1080 and 1080 Ti reference design is super cool looking, but it's also really heavy. I'm just realizing that. Before we get too far into Vega 64, we've got to take a look at our slightly less cool unboxing of 56. So essentially, this is going to be the lower end version of the same GPU. So just like there's the GTX 1080 and 1070, this is going to be the more affordable version. And it's also in a slightly less cool looking cooler. Although, is that the Team Rocket logo? Ken, that's the Team Rocket logo, right? You know what, sometimes when I'm doing an unboxing, I'm just really surprised. And you know what? Congratulations, AMD. Nerd. So to start with, we have the Radeon RX Vega 56. So like I said, this is going to be the cheaper model that comes in at $400, and it really is aimed at the GTX 1070. You know, at least when those prices finally come back down to earth anyway. We've also got the new Radeon flagship, the RX Vega 64. Now this is going to come in at $500, at least for the base model, and it is going to be aimed at the GTX 1080. There are actually 3 different designs of RX Vega right now though. So all the 56 cards should come in this sort of black, fairly basic looking cooler. And of course this is a reference design and there will be different versions at some point. Once you step up to the limited edition, what you're getting here is a much nicer looking card, at least in my opinion. So in pictures, I feel like it doesn't really do it justice, but having that full metal shroud actually does look really nice. Both of these cards are powered by a pair of 8-pin PCIe power connectors, and not only do they have the GPU TAC, which should light up depending on how much load the GPU is under, but they have the dual BIOS switch, as well as 3 DisplayPort and a single HDMI port. There is also a liquid-cooled version of RX Vega 64, but that's actually where things start to get fairly confusing. Even though it seems like there are just 3 versions of these cards, the pricing gets very complicated. While Vega 56 at $400 and Vega 64 at $500 seem to be fairly reasonably priced, the big issue is that the crypto mining market, while it is declining, is still causing major problems for GPUs. Not only are most mid to high-end cards for both AMD and Nvidia nearly impossible to get your hands on right now, but the ones that you can find are usually marked up. Now to be fair, things are getting better, but there are a lot of cards that you cannot get for MSRP right now. To counter, AMD are offering what are known as Radeon packs. So for $100 more, you can get a couple free games like Prey and Wolfenstein, as well as discounts on PC hardware. However, those discounts are very specific. For example, you can save $100 on a Ryzen 7 and motherboard combo, or $200 on a Samsung FreeSync display. Now, if you're building a very specific high-end system, this can make sense, but for most people, it's just not a good deal. Confusing things even farther is that if you want to pick up Vega 64 Liquid, you have to get it inside a pack, which means it's going to run you $700. I get that AMD are trying to make gamers happy by offering them a specific bundle that crypto miners probably aren't going to be interested in, but unless you are a very specific person, they really don't make a lot of sense. I feel like this is a big experiment, and AMD has hinted that they're open to changing the pricing on these bundles depending on how well things sell. I can't say anything today about how well Vega performs, but I can say that AMD could really use a big win right now. The GTX 10 series has been hugely successful, not only because they're incredibly powerful, but they're also very power efficient. That is a dangerous combo. So what do you guys think about AMD Vega and how they've handled the launch? Let me know in the comments below and I will catch you on the next one.